guys, obviously, Election Day has come and gone. There's news, there's talk, and people are frantic. They're disappointed. Maybe the person they thought was going to win didn't win, or you don't know what's going to happen. So you know what I did? I went back into the archive, and I brought a trusted source, the former mayor of Peekskill, New York. Mayor Rainey, welcome to the Punchline Academy. What's up, brother?
What's up? Happy to be here, brother. Happy to be here.
Yes. So, very interesting fun fact. I don't know Mr. Rainey as the mayor. I know him as Noodle.
As everybody, most people.
Because we were actually managed by the same person at one time. Shout out to LaRue, who just celebrated his 50th birthday. I was there. You were there, and you guys are a lot more sharper than I am nowadays, because I see you on your mayor and your political stuff, but you're still in the hip hop. Me, I forgot about it. I don't know none of the verses. I didn't know the hooks.
That is true. That was a terrible performance, by the way.
I know. I said it on the mic. I forgot my words. I'm like,
but your focus is driven to still support the hip hop community.
It is. All right. So today's November 6th, and people are scared. They're frantic. They don't trust the system anymore, and it seems like there's some nasty times coming.
There are, but this is the moment where you tell people to use what's most important, and that's, whether you vote or not, whether you believe in the person that's in the office or not. If you want to see change, you have to be able to get involved. And that means starting on a local level and working your way up to the presidential level. We have several people, especially in New York, that participate to vote during presidential elections. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to congressional elections or Senate elections or local mayor and town supervisors elections, you can't find them.
Yeah.
And that makes a big difference, because it all trickles down. It's like an umbrella effect. It all trickles down. Whatever decisions are made at the top, it'll trickle down to the bottom. And, you have the right to make certain changes locally. Yeah. And people just don't understand the importance of that. So this is just a testament for those out there who felt like, this president's in office right now. I don't care for this person. What can I do now on the local level to ensure that the safeties of the community that I want to support are protected?
Yeah. Well, when I talk to my peers and just people I interact with, especially in hip hop, I think the one thing that they don't trust or understand is the Electoral College.
Yeah.
Like it just doesn't make sense. Like I think the American presidency is the only race that you could lose and still win.
Yeah. By the popular vote, you can get the popular vote and still lose. That's very true. And that's, again, why we encourage people to get involved, because you never hear people grow up and say, you know what, I want to be a member of the Electoral College. Yeah. I want to be a member of the, of Congress or Senate. We're never influenced to be in those positions to make those type of decisions. So we always get the residue of the outcomes, whether we like them or not.
Yeah. Another thing that I find very interesting, we were talking off air about how people interpret news nowadays, right? And I was in the parking lot of Walmart. There was a guy who had 47 flags. And he had stickers on the back of his pickup truck. It was like InfoWars and Newsmax and just, all these things. And I kind of feel like people take what they see as gospel instead of going to do the research yourself.
Yeah. It's easier to do that because social media, there's always somebody that supports what you feel.
Yeah.
And that's what people gravitate to. That's what these algorithms are for. It's like, I don't like Donald Trump's nephew. I think Donald Trump's nephew is ugly. Then you're going to see 17 things about Donald Trump's nephew out of nowhere that you would have never even thought of. So now you feel like, you know what? I'm not the only person that feels like that. So I'm correct. And then they go for it. Now, is he a bad person? Is his nephew a bad person? We don't know that.
We don't know.
But we just found stuff that makes it feel like what we feel is correct. And that's what people do now. The era of social media and internet has really changed the game.
Mm-hmm. Well, is it nasty marketing? So it's like, okay, I see that there's an audience that's gravitating towards this, so let me put $10,000 in advertising to specifically target that audience.
Yeah,
that's nasty. Bro.
It's fair. You know what? But I tell people this, and I'll tell you, man, earlier. If you really want a background check, run for office. They'll tell you stuff about you that you've never even heard. Like, I heard stuff about me, but one of the guys, I was just like, yo, Mayor Rainey, he moved to Las Vegas because he was running from gangbang. I was, what? My father's in the Air Force. Like, that's his, but it doesn't matter because people see that and they don't care to do the research. Oh my God. There was so much stuff about me that if I believed the stuff that was said about me, I wouldn't have voted for me either. Wait, I did that? Whoa, you know what I'm saying? But it's the marketing behind it. But one of my mentors in politics told me, not to take things personal, because you won't, and I was saying this earlier too, you won't have permanent enemies, but you also won't have permanent friends, just people with permanent interests.
Yeah.
So they're going to put stuff out there about you. If you support their narrative or what they're trying to do, you might get the support from the same person who dogged you the last campaign.
Yeah.
You know, my predecessor, he dogged me through the entire campaign process, but he was
super nasty.
It was so bad. Check this out. It was so bad that I was fighting for custody for my my oldest daughter, and he represented my daughter's mother in court. I walked in the courtroom. I was like, "Hey, what's up?" He's like, "Yo, don't take it personal." I was like, "How do you even start off saying don't take it personal?" That's like when somebody says, "Not to cut you off," and cut you off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but he said, "Don't take it personal." But it was like, damn, like it's that serious. But when I was considering running for assembly, he was one of the first to endorse me.
Huh.
So but people, they put out there what they want you to believe because it's the art of perception, and that's where I have my reserve when it comes to politics, because like you look at some of these politicians and you start to think like, is that person really fighting for this because they got the passion, or is it that perception they put out there? I can go out there and say, if I'm in office, I'm gonna make sure that every hip hop artist has health insurance. Now, being that I'm a hip hop artist, most people will believe that he means what he's saying. But at the same time, if I know that nobody else in the Senate or in the Congress are going to agree with that, am I doing that because it's passionate, or am I doing that for the perception to get the hip hop people to vote for me? And that's the part that I get like really reserved about, because I'm trying to see like, is this person really passionate about that, or knowing that this isn't going to pass, is that person doing this because they know that the people are going to get in, the people who won't usually vote are going to get in and vote for that person just for simply saying that.
Man, sheesh, nasty times ahead of us, Tony.
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
yeah.
yo, living in the age of spin is crazy. You know, you got people with Harvard degrees whose only job is to tear you down or support the narrative that they want to put out there.
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of shows like Scandal, House of Cards, The West Wing, and in these shows you see that each political entity has a team around him, and these people's job, they call them a cabinet or whatever, these people's jobs is to do that deep research, do like those background checks. Did you have a team helping you out?
So I didn't necessarily have a team helping me out with that, but there were people in my community who were sending me stuff about people that was saying stuff about me. There's one lady, I ain't gonna say his name. I ain't gonna say name, but there's one person who attacked me the entire campaign, and they was like, "Yo, I got a video of her smoking crack in the bathroom in the Susan's house. You should put this out." And I saw the video. I was like, nah. You know, like my reputation is like, you know, I'm trying to keep that rep. Like, I'm a positive politician. I'm a smooth elected official. I got that video myself though, and I showed my friends, "Yo, you see what she do crack?" But I wouldn't put it out. I wouldn't put it out. But there's a lot of stuff that.
But just so you know, he has that for ammo.
Oh, facts. Facts. If I ever decide to run for president, she says something, I'm yo, Inf, throw this out for me real quick.
All the media sources.
Yo, put this on the YouTube real quick.
Well, Andre, I think it's great that you're here today, because it's the month of November. Congress has officially recognized November as National Hip Hop Month.
Nice.
This was through a resolution that was passed by Congressman Jamal Bowman and Maxine Waters. This was something that they were fighting for years, and like, it's dope. A lot of people don't know this, but Congressman Jamal Bowman is like, his friends are like hip hop people.
Yeah.
Like, he's good friends with like
KRS,
MC Sha Rock, KRS-One, Grandmaster Kazik. These are people he calls on the regular, and I just think it's dope that you're hip hop too, and you're in politics.
Absolutely,
that just like Mayor Tiffany Henyer from Chicago, she's also in hip hop and in a position similar to like what you did when you were the mayor. Are we gonna see more people in hip hop get into government?
I definitely think so. I put out an album last year called Politics and Music, and the album really was just focusing on how influential both of them are on society today. And to be honest with you, I think that album was a little bit ahead of its time. I look at TV now and I see like, you got Megan Thee Stallion over here. Yeah. They had some artists named Sleepy Hollow at a Trump rally. Then they had John Legend and Beyonce. Like the influence of politics and music on the everyday life is crazy. And now it's at a level where I wouldn't be. I mean, even Kanye West was going to run for president at one point. You know what I'm saying? It's like the influence that music has on people's lives and their emotions versus the influence that politics has on people's everyday life and what they have to abide by. It's hand in hand now. So I definitely would expect to see more people who are in the entertainment industry, especially music, get more involved.
Man, shout out to my people in hip hop who are actively getting involved in politics. This is the Punchline Academy. Mayor Rainey is here. What's your favorite hip hop record of all time? Let's play something.
My favorite hip hop record of all time.
Yeah, if you was on Mars and you're gonna take one record, what record is it?
I would have to take Nas If I Ruled the World.
Okay, Nas If I Ruled the World here on the Punchline Academy. Shade 45, SiriusXM. That was classic heat by the boy Nasir Jones off of It Was Written, which I personally thought was better than Illmatic. I know a lot of people hold Illmatic as the greatest hip-hop album of all time, which it is, but I do think that It Was Written, in my opinion, was slightly better. He just felt like a more polished Nas. The production was better, in my opinion. Remember, Illmatic, they stuck him in the room with every hot producer in the world, and they said, make an album. And then It Was Written, he had to kind of figure it out, all right? So Mayor Rainey's here on the Punchline Academy. My guy Drew in the building, he actually had a question about our last segment. Let's bring Drew in.
Hey, Drew, what's up, brother?
What's up, man? Well, first, I'm glad to have you here.
Thanks.
So going back on the music and politics, or hip hop and politics, what do you think it is that? Why do you think that we mainly see it around election time? It's like any other time we're not really, you know what I mean, seeing
as important or as noticed. It's you got to look at it as like a marketing strategy. So, for example, here's another example. You won't see some commercials on a regular basis that you'll see during the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? And it's like that's the time to really show people what type of support you have. Because that, again, like I said earlier about perception, that gives the people that perception that this powerful artist, Beyonce, is supporting me, or this well-known wrestler, Hulk Hogan, is supporting me. That's supposed to create an influence. And people are going to say, oh, man, I've always loved Hulk Hogan. If he's supporting Trump, then I'm supporting Trump. Oh, I've always loved Beyonce. I love when she sings. If she's supporting President Kamala, then I'm supporting her. You know what I mean? So it's just that's why I said earlier, you got to be very careful with the perception that they put out there. I see a lot of people on social media, some of our hip hop community especially, voicing their opinions on social media about black people or hip hop artists being used just to persuade votes. But that's in a nutshell, to be transparent, that's somewhat of what it is. Some of the artists like John Legend, I believe, came out for the Harris campaign. He just came out because he felt that I have to use my platform to voice how I feel, so people who support me know that this is the way to go. And you have diehard fans who will go out there and say, oh man, John Legend said, oh, it's a rap, or Hulk Hogan said it, it's a rap. There's people who, if Jadakiss was to say he support this person, a lot of people from Yonkers might get out and vote because of what Jadakiss said. Not saying that he's marginalized in Yonkers, but that support of love that he has from Yonkers is like nowhere else for him, for sure. So they'll more than likely follow his lead on that. So that's why they pull us out during these campaigns. It's like, oh man, it's time to get somebody that's going to influence people to vote, and that's what they do. Yeah,
and it's interesting you say that because on the Republican side, the candidate, Trump, he has been tied into hip hop since the 90s. I mean, everybody wanted to be like Trump. And your boss, Cocoa Brothers, had a record with Raekwon called The Black Trump, right? So you look at someone like that, you could see the marketing strategy. But how much of it is a mistake to put someone on such a platform without proper media training? Because you're just talking and then you're offending everybody. It just gets nasty.
I'm going to say this transparently with all respect to everybody out there, whatever side you want. When I saw Megan Thee Stallion, I got nothing but love and respect for her. She's a talented artist. But when I saw her twerking and dancing at the presidential election, I felt that would really harm that election.
Okay. Yeah. That was real nasty.
That was, to me, I couldn't see myself running for president. President Rainey and, somebody get out there and get to doing that. I didn't see that as a positive thing.
Yeah.
And for some people it backfired. But the audience that they would assume aren't going to vote, those young 19, 22-year-old women, those are the ones who looked at that and said, oh, we got to get out. Megan's there.
Yeah, okay.
So it's like you may have lost maybe 100,000 votes, but you just got 300,000 voters who probably wouldn't even have participated, period. You know what I'm saying? So when they go out there and you hear these people speak at these rallies that have no public speaking experience in their life, people sometimes don't even care what they're saying. It's just that person. That person's a legend, a legacy, a mogul, somebody important. So I don't care what he said. He supports this person. I'm going that way.
Yeah. During our flight, me and Ms. Adam flew to LA today, and you know, you hear the whispers, right? You hear people talking. People are upset. They mad, and then we went to this January 6th thing that happened, and people are actually afraid that this may happen again, right? So I mean, in reality, could someone do that? Like, could the actual overthrowing of the government happen?
I don't see it happening anytime soon. That mentality was like, it was more effective in the 60s era, like when there was like civil rights and you had a lot more to unify against. We can always say that we don't like what the government's doing and come together, but the possibility of getting people to come together like they did in the 60s when there was almost no choice is almost impossible now. You know, there's too many distractions, there's too many different beliefs, there's too many opinions, too many feelings and emotions involved. A lot of people,
like the civil rights movement.
Huh?
You mean like during the civil rights?
During the civil rights movement, yeah. Like it was like, we have to do this. We're gonna either live this way or fight to live that way. Now, I mean, you can really get people to go outside now. You know, you can have a rally about something that means something to you, and unless it impacts you, you know, at home, you can't get people to commit to things these days as it is. You know, that's why they put so much money into these campaigns to get people to vote, because people are like, man, I ain't going out there. I don't care for that. And they're like, we need your vote. We need your vote. So, you know, overthrowing the government is something that, you know, the people can do it, but I just don't see it happening.
Man, knowledge is power, Tone. You're on the Punchline Academy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You know, I found it very appropriate that you went to a Nas song. We all know Nas started recording that album when he was 17 and released it at 18, and it's seen as one of the most classic hip hop albums of all time. You know, as a young kid releasing an album. You know, there was a show on TV called The Mayor.
Yeah,
about a young MC
I heard about
who released who basically as a joke ran for mayor of his town and accidentally won. And I had heard that, you know, this story's not too different from your story.
So it was. I remember when that first came out, everybody was. I got, you know, family and friends in Vegas, Arizona, New York. Yo, they doing a story about your life.
Yeah.
You gotta check this out. Yo, he ran for mayor to tell a mixtape. I said, wait a minute, don't tell anybody I ran to tell a mixtape, yo. Just take that last part out when you talk about this show and you bring up my name, okay? You know what I'm saying? Last thing I need is everybody to say he ran for mayor to represent Burn You. Like I don't need y'all to be doing that. Like that's not why I ran. But yeah, he only had one series too, but it was a good show. It was fun to watch. It was definitely fun to watch.
Yeah, that must have been amazing. Like being the mayor of a history city like Peekskill, New York. I've actually been up there. I went up there to do a gig, and I'm gonna tell you the most historical thing I found out about that city. L. Frank Baum, who wrote The Wizard of Oz,
yes, Yellow Brick Road,
had a period of time when he was there, and they believe that the idea for the Yellow Brick Road came from Peekskill, New York.
Yeah,
I've taken a picture of this yellow brick road, which, by the way, it should be called the Yellow Dirt Brick Road because it's not even as yellow as it is in the movie.
Yeah, you lucky I'm not the mayor right now, yo.
Y'all need to go paint that shit over again. But that was cool.
That's funny. That's definitely funny.
Of course, Tone wouldn't know something like that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of history in that little city, though, man. But it's comes, you know, the Underground Railroad went through Peekskill.
Correct.
You know, so there's a lot of history in that city. It's very diverse now more than ever.
Yeah.
You know, more than ever. I've never seen it like the way it is now, which is not a bad thing either. You know?
Would you say that when you started your time there versus the time you left, that you left it better than when you started?
100%. Now nobody could deny that. When I first even
you was giving out stimmies?
Nah, he wasn't doing that. He wasn't giving out stimmies. Sorry, Peekskill.
Yeah, because he went for mayor twice, right?
Yeah. I had 2 terms. First term as a councilman and 2 terms as mayor. But, you know, they had asked me to run several years before that. Like I used to do fish fry, book bag drives, give kids school supplies. We did community kickball events, you know, nighttime glow in the dark dodgeball. Like I did a lot, movie nights on the grass. I did a lot of stuff for the community. And they was like, you should run for office. It's like, nah, I don't do politics. So after my son.
So how how did that happen?
Yeah, so I'm getting to that now. Yeah, the year that my son's mother was pregnant, and I was like, dang, like everything's gonna change now. I can't be going out and doing shows. I'm not gonna be traveling a lot, so I might as well get involved in what's going on in the local town, local city. So I said, you know what? I reached out to the people that reached out to me. Said, look, I'll consider it. So one lady came to my job. Lady comes to my job with my predecessor, now my predecessor. She comes to my job. I was working at the Kylie Youth Center. And she says, I heard that you might run with the Democrats or something like that. You should run with the Republicans because they're. I said, well, you know what? They asked me first. So if I do decide to run, I'm going to run with them because that's just what it is. If you run with them, I'm going to ruin you.
Wow.
I said, damn, I wasn't even sure if I was going to run. I'm definitely running now. So I called them up. I said, listen, I'm in. Let me know what I got to do. So they had this big press release. Yo, Noodle's running for city council. Noodle. Councilman Rainey, Councilman Noodle. And the next day, yo, check this out. I'm going to tell you a funny story about that.
Rapper name.
The next day on social media, everybody's sending me a screenshot. The lady said, how is he going to run for city council saying he's going to support the youth? He doesn't even know his own father. I said, I said, yo, and give me a beat. It's about I'm about to roast her, yo.
Yeah.
But the thing was, they used everything against me, which catapulted me to success.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. They was like, why is everybody attacking Noodle for? Like, why would you say, why are you doing that to Noodle? He's not even in politics for him to be picking sides and doing like that. So everything that they used to break me down actually helped me succeed. And when I won, I was like, wow, like I'm a councilman now. So do I get like a free car? Like what happens now? Because I had no experience in this. I'm like, do I get detail? You know what I'm saying? Do I have to run around? Do I get a gun? What happens next? But they was like, you know, now that you're in office, when I learned the decisions that I'll be making as a council person, that's when I said, oh man, we off. Because we don't even see, like, we fight. We got these people that are still saying, let's protest about this. They're going to get rid of the Kylie Center. Let's protest about that. We've been protesting about that for 40 years. I'm in a position to make the decision now. So now you can protest to somebody that's listening to you, you know. And that's when I realized, you know, I need to stay involved, you know. And I tell people all the time, even if you don't vote, because some people say, I don't trust nobody. I don't trust either side. I'm not even going with the independents. Fine. But if you're not getting involved, you're just as bad as them to me. If you're not getting involved in making the change that you want to see, then I'm never going to tell you if you don't vote, you can't complain. But if you're not involved in anything that you want to see change, then I'll tell you to be quiet.
Man, free jewelry here on the Punchline Academy. Get a round of applause to Mayor Rainey dropping bombs on you haters. Shout out to you dirty politicians. Remember, we got the crack video. It can get nasty. All right. So you have you got a new record. Let's play this record right now. Talk about the record and the name of the song.
Yeah. So the name of the song is Lord Knows, produced by my brother Omid G. We worked on this album that we got called Inspire, coming out in May, the next 2025. The song is Lord Knows. It just talks about, you know, with all of the challenges that you face on a day-to-day basis, don't forget that somebody's there, a higher power, to keep an eye on you and keep you protected if you stay focused. So Lord knows, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, brand new heat here on the Punchline Academy. You know what time it is. Nobody's safe. The Punchline Academy freestyles happening after this. This is the portion of the show where the energy in the room starts to change tone. Keep that round of applause going.
Yes.
Shout out to you dirty politicians. Shout out to you dirty social media outlets. We clearly see you. You thought that Mayor Rainey wasn't going to get elected, but not only did he get elected once, he got elected twice. Tone, keep the round of applause going.
Let's go.
Yes.
Shout out to the community leaders that didn't believe in my guy Noodle.
Yeah.
Me and Noodle. Yeah, he's mayor and all that. He's a fucking MC. He can't curse, but I can. I'll say all the shit that he can't say.
Let's go.
This the Punchline fucking Academy, Tone. Keep the round of applause going. If you need to bleep the curses out for your promo, that's cool. But for here, we're gonna say whatever the fuck we want, all right? Shout to my guy, LaRue, Marlo. Happy 50th birthday. This is something amazing for LaRue to see. Okay? Because you know what? A lot of guys came from Burn You, and none of y'all spun the fucking block, you weirdos.
Yo, he's on fire.
None of them. I'm running for office. Free fucking Hennessy on Fridays, Tom. Free strippers on Mondays. The Punchline Academy freestyles happening now. Mayor Rainey's in the building. Tone, drop that beat, baby. Let's do it.
Yes. Shout out to the Burn You movement.
Turn that beat up, Tone.
I open the headphones, yeah. I love this beat too. Check. I used to sit in my room, writing rhymes off the top, knowing I'd be one of the few to get off the block. Hold up. Sit in my room, writing rhymes off the top, just knowing I'd be one of the few to get off the block. While most dudes was bowling in school, shooting their shots, other dudes was bowling on corners, shooting with ops. I told my father that I'ma become something. Some doubted like I would amount to nothing. All this hard work that I put in, I never fronted. This is all to feed the family, the fame I just never wanted. I told my ex-girl that she changed when I confronted her. Used to be my main, I was looking for her for comfort. Cause when I found success, I lost some people I trusted. The people I seen hating, the ones I thought I could run with. I swear to God, nobody's there when times are the toughest. I feel like they expect you to run when you're on your crutches. And once you get up and start succeeding, they come in bunches. They act like they've been around the entire time you were struggling. I was at home crying, lying under my covers. I question my religion, denying if God loves us. Cause nobody was there to inspire, I rise above it. But I did it on my own and goddamn it, how I love it. It wasn't meant for me to have a shoulder to lean. It was meant for me to be where I've been and see what I've seen. Like it's meant for you to deal with your issues without a team. Build you stronger, now just follow your dreams and let nothing get in your way, cause there's nothing that they can do and there's nothing that they can say, cause distractions are usual, but you've got to just find a way to stay focused on what you do and just make the best of your days, because words never affected me, some never respected me, nobody expected me to grow to be such a legacy. Those who neglected me in the past been checking me, trying to get next to me. They heard Noodle's gonna be the next MC to be a best MC, but y'all know I dead MCs. I'm a deadly disease to any MC that needs a breath to breathe. Only a few MCs left that I'm respecting B, cause most of these cats get on tracks recklessly with evil tendencies. They want to see the end of me, but I'll always be like that letter before the letter C. Alphabetically, I'm used to all the jealousy. They want to see a rapper shut down. I'm not a Kennedy, but you ain't never gonna get to see the death of me, whether you're a jealous friend or my worst effing enemy. Half y'all ain't half as hard as y'all pretend to be. I'm here if you want beef rappers, please just send for me. You hustle on the corner, I hustle the system. I learn the tricks to every corner. The ones making decisions are the ones keeping the order. So I put my suit on and I told my brother I'ma get us out the hood and put it on them. Thinking how it was for us back then. Were against us, dark neighborhoods, dark black skin. The average of a black man living life to age 35, not happening in them ghettos we trapped in, But black kings were working on 9 to 5s. Black men were going to college and getting jobs. Black men were loving our children more than their moms. But black men just being black is getting hard. Instead of flipping them pies, I flip ties. So when I wear suits, not to prepare for no casket. I got to live my life to be the voice for these bad kids. Yeah, they were afraid of us, so that's what they labeled us, But that ain't slow us down, our whole lot goes back. I'm just trying to spit the rhyme to get your souls back. Matter of fact, pause the beat, let's get a soul clap. Young rapping and elected, hate a whole laugh. The best example in this damn game. Instead of cocaine, I push the campaigns. Instead of no name, I get expensive champagne. I watch the game change, now I'm changing the game. Check it, I woke up this morning feeling like a Billy, taking on the world, yeah, y'all know the dilly. I had to write the verse for those that doubted, watching me sink in that sinkhole like I wouldn't rise right about it. Yeah, baby, about it. Had to go for Delph, down to lend a helping hand in the world that wouldn't give help. Trusted a couple dudes I probably should have lost, but look, I was crossed for the cause to be the boss. I lost a couple chicks I should have wiped up quick. Had a couple of jump offs I shouldn't have gave. It's the circle of life. It goes around, comes back. I put my life on these tracks trying to stay on track.
The Punchline Academy freestyle. Mayor Rainey, shout out to the chicks that would have got wifed up but just stressed out.
Let's go.
Because not only is he a two-term mayor, he's hanging out with the Inphamus Amadeuz in the Punchline Academy.
What a pleasure to be here, bro. It's a blessing to be here.
45, the official show for Left Laners. All right, so talk about, real quick before we get out of here, what do you have coming up, right? And then, I guess most importantly, give a message to the people that are listening right now, people that are frustrated, people that don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what your life is going to be like for the next 4 years. Some people are scared, some people are happy, some people want violence. Let's just give like the calm, I guess the sense of optimism.
Absolutely. So first off, shout out to the team, Burn You, New Moves Entertainment. Me and my brother Jamal, we just opened up our studio, House of Content, Soundplug Studios, and all the work that they're doing. Just so my brother Jamie, I have to say shout out to my kids because they'll kill me if I don't. So Xylon, Zanaya, Zanida, and Zaina, I love all of y'all more than life itself. So thank you for being beautiful children. But importantly, for those who are out there, whether you're super excited or super frustrated, this is an opportunity for everybody to do what they're supposed to do, and that's get involved. If you don't like the people that are elected, if you don't like the people on your local level or the level of the presidential candidates, get involved in your community because they can lead the entire nation, but you can lead your community. The things that are valuable to you, you can make those changes in your hometown. Some people don't realize that your vote in your town can dictate your police presence, your fire department presence, your DPW, your children's youth. If you don't have a community center in your youth, in your community, why is that? The people who are on that town board, they can dictate that. They can determine what money gets spent to create that. They can start the process now if they don't have it. If they do have a youth center like the ones we had, they can also dictate if it can be revitalized. It could be the air conditions don't work or whatever the case is. But get involved on a local level, and then you'll work your way up and understanding how important your vote is. Your vote's not just important during the presidential elections. It's important during all the elections, but especially on a local level. And if you are really that upset, just drink some hot chocolate. You'll be all right.
Well said.
These
Well
next
said.
4 years, we'll be all right.
All right, one more thing. I got a statement to make before we end.
All right.
Rainey 2028.
Rainey 2028 on the Punchline Academy.
I am with that. I agree.
Yes.
Yes.
I do want to say, Inf, thank you for inviting me, brother. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
I got nothing but love and respect for you as always since the day we met, man. So I really appreciate you and the team for welcoming me up here today. Thank you,
man.
brother.
The Punchline Academy official show for Left Lane, and shout out to my guests, Mayor Rainey. This is the Punchline Academy. I am the Inphamus Amadeuz. Let's play some heat. We back here on Shade 45.